One move on this list is worth $181,947. You can make it starting at age 50, and most people quietly skip it. Stick around, it's number 1. 7 money concepts, ranked by the dollar they put back in your pocket. Every number is exact. Every payoff is real. Stay to number 1. That's where the biggest win lives. Starting at number 7, the Avalanche versus Snowball debate. And the math has a clear winner. Here's the setup. 3 debts, $10,000 at 26.99% APR, for $1,000 at 19.99%, and $1,500 at 12.49%. Total balance, $15,500. Monthly payment, $1,860. The Snowball method, smallest balance first, gets you out in 10 months. But it costs you $1,884 in interest along the way. The Avalanche method, highest rate first, takes 11 months. 1 extra month. But your total interest drops to $1,562. That's a difference of $322. You pay 1 more payment and keep $322 in your pocket. The math is unambiguous. Now, some people do need the psychological win of clearing a small balance first. That's real. But if you can stay disciplined, the Avalanche method is the cheaper road out of $15,500 in debt. Next up, what if you didn't have any debt and just let one lump sum sit completely untouched? The result might genuinely surprise you. Number 6, the rule of 72, and a number that earns its own applause. At a 10% annual return, your money doubles every 7.2 years. Let's walk it. You put in $10,000 today. After 7 years, $20,000. After 14 years, $40,000. After 22 years, $80,000. After 29 years, $160,000. That's 4 doublings. No extra contributions. No extra effort. Just time and a consistent return. $10,000 becomes $160,000. The mechanism is compound growth. Each doubling builds on the last, not on the original. Most people think of investing as linear. Put in more, get more out. But compounding is exponential. The longer you wait to start, the more doublings you hand back. Every 7.2 years you delay costs you an entire doubling. That framing changes the urgency completely. Here's a question before you invest anything. How do you figure out how much you can even spare each month? The next item gives you a simple 3-bucket framework. Number 5, the 50/30/20 budget, made concrete with a real take-home number. Monthly take-home, $6,500. Split it 3 ways. 50%, $3,250, goes to needs. Rent, groceries, utilities, insurance. The non-negotiables, 30%, $1,950, goes to wants. Dining out, subscriptions, travel, fun. 20%, $1,300, goes to savings and debt payoff. That's the hero number here, $1,300 a month, automatically directed before you spend it. The beauty of this framework is that it gives your wants a legitimate budget. You're not depriving yourself, you're just capping it. Most people who overspend don't know they're doing it. They have no wants ceiling. The 50/30/20 rule builds the ceiling in. Number 4, and here's the part that breaks people's intuition. You earn $150,000. You look up your tax bracket, 24%. You assume you owe 24% of your income. That math is wrong, and it's costing people real peace of mind. Here's what actually happens. First, the standard deduction in 2026 is $16,100. That drops your taxable income to $133,900. Second, and this is the key, the 24% bracket only applies to the dollars inside that bracket. The lower dollars are taxed at lower rates. Stack them all up, divide by your gross income, and your effective rate lands at 16.5%. You owe $24,750 in federal tax on $150,000. Not 24 cents on every dollar, 16.5 cents. That's a 7.5 percentage point gap between what people fear and what they actually pay. After federal tax, you keep $125,250. Marginal rate is not your tax bill. Effective rate is. Know the difference. Okay, taxes are under control. You're investing. But did you know the order in which your returns arrive can change your retirement outcome by 6 figures? That's next. Number 3, same average return, wildly different retirement. Two investors both average 6.5% per year over 10 years. Both start with $1 million. Both withdraw $50,000 every year. The only difference when the bad years hit. One investor gets the ugly returns early, -12%, -7%, -3% in the first 3 years. The other gets those same losses at the end. After 10 years, the investor who took losses early ends with $894,787. The investor who got good returns early ends with $1,288,100. Same average return, same withdrawal, $393,313 apart. This is sequence of returns risk. When you're withdrawing, a crash early in retirement. Number 2, the monthly number that leads to $1 million. Goal, $1 million. Timeline, 30 years. Assumed annual return, 8%. Monthly contribution needed, $671. That's it, $671 a month. Over 30 years, your total out-of-pocket contributions add up to $241,560. The rest, $758,440, is growth. You contribute less than a quarter of the final number, and the market delivers the rest. $8,052 a year. That's the annual target. For most households, that's achievable, especially if it's automated and treated like a bill. The psychological trick is stopping yourself from thinking about $1 million as this massive, impossible mountain. It's $671 a month, left alone for 30 years. The mountain is built one contribution at a time. Start later, and that monthly number climbs fast, which is exactly why number 1 hits so hard. What if you're already in your 50s and feel like you've missed the window? There's a legal move available to you right now, and almost no one uses it to its full potential. Number 1, and this is the one I teased at the top. If you're 50 or older, the IRS lets you make a catch-up contribution to your retirement account. In 2026, that catch-up amount is $8,000 per year. 1 year's catch-up contribution, $8,000, invested at age 52, growing at 8% annually until age 65. That's 13 years. The future value of that single $8,000 contribution, $181,947. Not the total of all your contributions over those years, just the one. $8,000 in, $181,947 out. The growth on that one contribution alone is $77,947. And if you contribute the full catch-up every eligible year, your total contributions over those 13 years add up to $104,000. Most people over 50 know the catch-up exists. Very few fully fund it. They feel like they're too late, so they hold back. But the math says 13 years of compounding at 8% turns $8,000 into $181,947. It's not too late. It's exactly the right time to start. Remember that number from the top, $181,947. One catch-up contribution, 13 years. That's the power of moving when the window opens. Follow for one money twist a day. We drop them constantly. And next time, we're looking at a fee so small most people never notice it until they see what it's actually costing them over a lifetime.